What was your favorite sad scene in a game?
Favorite sad scene in a game.
I don't know how to answer that myself, but you told me to ask a question.
That's actually a good question. It was the scene. It was when I was younger. Is when fucking Chrono died in Chrono Trigger. So like you fight Lavos.
I think he deserved it actually.
Well, yeah, possibly. You fight Lavos, right? And then fucking Chrono sacrifices himself to save everybody. And then he's like dead. And then like you have to go back. It's up Death Mountain to like bring like you go up the mountain and you bring up like it's like a doll that looks like him, right? And you have to bring his body back. And like I was like, this is a really surprisingly emotional scene for a fucking like pixel art game. I was like, I'm actually kind of sad right now. Like, why did they fucking kill the main character? Jesus.
I have two of them, I think.
Go.
One of them was Stray, when the robot, cat and the robot. And then the other one was Detroit Become Human, the train scene with the woman and the girl. Or was it a train? But what it was, they were at the camp, and they end up getting killed. Depending, huh? Not
is that near the end?
Oh yeah, near the end. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that all depends on what route you took with your story. That was one of the it was one of the scenes.
I do have another one too, but I'll let Brad go first.
Why?
Go, Brad. What's a sad scene in the game?
I have a few of them. One, and this one's kind of surprising to me because I knew it was going to happen because it was a prequel, but in Crisis Core, just that whole final, the ending to the game, just that whole sequence where you just know he dies and you just like watch him fighting for his life and
it's because you expect it.
And it was just to me that was just one of the best story arcs in Final Fantasy. Like even though I knew he died because I had played 7 before Crisis Core, so it's like obviously I know, but like in that detail, that the music, I really love the music in Crisis Core. You know, that one made me a little teary eye. This one is going to be a little off the wall, and I got really in the game when I was playing it, but Sleeping Dogs, really great game, by the way. I really enjoyed it.
Underrated. Love that game.
I'm not gonna say I like lived the game for a week, but I kind of did a long time ago, like 10 years ago. So right before the ending of the game, your best friend dies, Jackie Ma. He gets hung or
tortured.
Something like
he gets tortured.
To death, and like the character comes up to him right after he dies, and like, dude, that scene to me, I was like, man, like that dude was kind of an a-hole. Like he was not a great guy, but like he was your best friend, and I'm just like, man, that sucks. And right after that scene, you have to like drive across the entire map. So you're in a car and you have to like drive down a highway across the map, and like he's doing like internal monologue the entire time, and he's having like flashbacks or like memories of, you know, Jackie Ma, because he's been with you through the entire game, and like it was super sad. And I'm like, man, I just wanted to beat up some triad people. I didn't want to.
I'll just beat up gang members now. I'm in my feels. What the fuck?
My poor best friend died.
That's a really effective storytelling, by the way, right? Yeah. Making you like at least live with the decision or live with the result.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's really well done. Chibi, give me the sad game.
A sad game. Have any of you beat Persona 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you'll know where I'm going with this. So
I can almost immediately think which one it is. There's two. I think
it's like a build up though. So essentially, like the main character dies. Spoiler alert. But he sacrifices himself to save the world. He becomes the seal that traps death, and it was just something that I was not expecting in this game at all. And before that, like all your friends are like cheering you on, like you got this, like thank you, like all your social links. And then it's like that power is the push that you need. Oh God, I'm tearing up just thinking about it. That you literally give your life to become the seal. and it's just so fucking sad.
And there's nothing you do to reverse
There's
it.
nothing.
It's just
it's nothing.
And if you play Fess, you literally like have to you take on I can't remember Aegis, right?
Sad.
And you're literally like pretty much going through the steps. Like she's like, I just want to like be as I wanted to be his protector. I failed.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And
Jesus, man.
Yeah. And they reference it in 4 as well, like about the savior in the sky. Like he's still fighting every day. And I'm like,
it sounds like the ending of Mass Effect 3. It's pretty much shot for shot. It's the same.
Really?
What you're explaining.
That is not true. What are you talking about?
Okay, never mind. Just kidding.
He jumps on a giant laser and then everything dies. So
I was gonna
Okay,
bring
that's
another.
a no.
Chiba, did you ever beat Persona 5 Royal?
Yeah, I beat them all.
So the saddest thing, in my opinion, in Royal was when you finally realize like that they actually introduced a new final boss. Pretty much, he's a what was he? He was like, a therapist, right?
He was a therapist.
Psychiatrist.
Yeah, a psychiatrist.
So basically,
therapist.
like he's the villain.
Yeah.
But he was like this, broken individual who had like the best intent to do the right thing.
It's like one of those people. Like you fall and you become the villain.
Basically, he was trying to create a world where no one feels pain and everyone just feels well. And like one of the things he was talking about when he's talking to the protagonist, he's like, "What world would you want? Would you want a world where you're going to suffer and feel your worst pains? Like your friends lost, like one of them lost their dad, right? Like another person, lost a family member." He's like, "But I gave them that back. I gave them all of this back." And it was because this individual who seems like he's very well-to-do was essentially this incredibly broken character.
Yeah.
But he had the best intent. And I was like, that is the best villain I've ever seen in any fucking game.
It was really good. And it was one I wasn't expecting.
And it legitimately, that part put me, that actually like, I didn't play games and then talk to people for like a month. Because I was like,
you say that, and now I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, you're true. That's right. I literally was just quiet. I was sad.
It was the first time I agreed with a villain in a game based off like them being a good person.
Yeah.
Just doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like,
I definitely agree.
Chris was texting me. He's like, "Are you gonna get on?" I was like, I didn't talk to him for like a month. I was like, I was depressed.
You're like, I
fuck,
can't.
Man.
You got a point.
I 100% agree with this dude, and it was like super tragic.
Yeah, and it just his whole reasoning for it was insane as well. So I really recommend you playing Royal just for that ending was insane. Yeah. And it's not even canon. That's the sad part.
No,
Royal is not canon.
Yeah. But they literally added like a whole new like a whole chapter that's about like 15 hours.
Yeah,
so
you
like
have
it hits you the entire
characters.
time. You're getting to know the psychiatrist. You get to know as like this really well-meaning guy.
You. Yeah.
And he's like, I'm trying to help you through your trauma and stuff like that. He's helping out everyone. He's really likable. And it turns out like he's the villain, but you're like, what are you trying to do? And it's like, I'm just trying to help people. I'm like, fuck.
It's like good intentions, but executed wrongly.
The dude is right. The dude, like, why would you want to suffer? Right? So I was like, that hit me hard. It's very surprising because like most games, it takes a lot. Like The Last of Us, when Sarah dies in the beginning of that game, that like, I'm telling you, when they did the remaster or the PS5 only, they added like new details. So like as she's dying in Joel's arms, right? A tear is like rolling down her face as she passes. And I was like, fuck. Why would you do this to me? And so like I watched the show recently and I was like, oh, this shouldn't be too bad, right? And I was like, still traumatized. Still fucking